been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
What you think, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. But I don't understand.
What you think, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. But I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is?
Right.
And then the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, this complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told them, don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we even thought, why doesn't my father is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
Made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
Yeah. So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time, they are like absolutely. So if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
You see, like what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black.
What you think, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. But I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is?
Right.
And then
the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much.
Well-
Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, that complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told, don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we were even thought. Why doesn't my father like me? Is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised?
What you thinking, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Right. I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is?
Right.
And then
The problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, that complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told, don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we were even thought. Why doesn't my
Alrighty, what's happening with you? Trying to get my sound right. I can't hear in my headphones. The speaker's not loud enough for some reason. But I think I'm connected. Yeah, it's saying I'm connected. It's saying I'm connected, even though I can't hear nothing. Hold on. All right, check it out. Another Wednesday. Welcome to the show. One moment.
What you thinking, man?
I've been in the polyamory lifestyle. I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now.
Okay.
And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this like monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Right. I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard is supposedly is?
Right.
And then
The problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. You know, I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, you know, what your culpability is in a relationship going, well, however it went. You know, you start thinking about, well, damn, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. So, you know, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, this complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told, don't do that.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we were even thought. You know, why doesn't my father like is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? Or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time, they are like, absolutely. So if we don't understand that, all we know is a rejection.
But see, like, what I understand with my father,
men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. You know, at one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman, no matter what their social economical status was. White women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, you know, I know, you know, I mean, you hit it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So you
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. You know, it means I got your back. It means we're doing this together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. You know, that's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, you know, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, you know. So there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, you know, men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids. And I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband and stuff like that.
Alrighty. Now, got all the kinks out now. Back to another episode, Speak On It Podcast 2K24. And coming off of a Memorial Day weekend, I hope everybody enjoyed your Memorial Day. All the ones that went out of town, I hope that you had safe travels. And my people in Dallas, to electrical and internet issues, man, I hope y'all get that straightened out. This is another Wednesday that we do it every Wednesday. We throw down with either the Speak On It podcast, or if it ain't Speak On It podcast, I'm going to do my hip hop podcast where I throw down every third and sometimes second Wednesday. It depends on how many Wednesdays it is in that particular month. And I think the next last hip hop show I had my girl Kim K on here, and that was an interesting one. We already got over 1,500 views, but yeah, that one was a very interesting one. And then the next one is going to be pretty cool too. I'm gonna break down hip hop. I'm gonna touch up on the battle and what it meant to me, and touch up on the reference tracks and all that stuff that everybody finding so amusing that's been going on. So, but yeah, so tune in. I think it's gonna be on the 9th of in 2 weeks, next week, not next week, but I think it's like the 9th of June. But I'm gonna do it then, because we got this one, we got one next week, and then I'll come in the week after that, because I don't want to make wait too long, because I want to go ahead and touch upon those issues. So tune into the Hip Hop Podcast for those who's following the Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle. I'm gonna touch up on that, and for those who want to hear my breakdown of reference tracks, my breakdown of ghostwriting, and I'm going to break it down from a real hip hop perspective, not someone that's coming in the game picking a side. I'm going to break it down musically the real way. But so there's a lot going on, but I'm not going to do much news because it was so much to get the podcast going. So we're going to sit back and just dive into the show because of the technical difficulties at the beginning. And we've been trying to get on for 20 minutes, going through audio issues. So I had to reboot the phone and all that stuff. So we back here and live and direct and doing what we do. Tonight brings about a interesting topic that a lot of people go back and forth on Facebook about, and it's about your mate having friends of the opposite sex. Should people in relationships set strict boundaries with friends of the opposite sex? Ideally in the workplace. Okay? Ideally in the workplace. And Jonathan, Big Luke and I used to always joke and clown. And we'll be talking about the people that have work boyfriends and work girlfriends, work husbands, and things. And they mostly take place, the warehouses, your Chase, your CenturyLinks, different businesses like that. And then long-term places small as McDonald's, because there was a video that went viral of the girl riding her work boyfriend or work husband's back, and the husband saw it, on a video. So it's a lot of mixed kind of perceptions of it. Women who like a lot of male friends, they're quick to say that you're insecure if you don't care for another man, or your woman confiding in another man. Men that say that are the ones that's trying to keep up with. I don't care if she do what I want to do, or he like her doing what she want to do because he want to do what he want to do. So either way it goes, it's a slight disconnect. But at the end of the day, it's to each his own. But work, friends, and friends of opposite sex being friends with your significant other. And so that's what we're diving into tonight. Let me turn this. Okay, now, a lot of people say it's cool for your mate, significant other, or whatever to have friends of the opposite sex. It's cool, but I still feel like these days there has to be boundaries. And back in the gap, I didn't think like that. Because, well, back in the day, people respected what you had going on more. Now, everybody didn't 100% respect. That's why they got them songs that came out in the 90s, late 80s. I got a man. What your man got to do with me? So, but when we came up, we were taught, you look at her finger, if she got a ring on, chances are, she's taken, don't even get in the mix. But these days with people marrying for stability, just to say they're married, we've been together for we may as well marriages, you know what I'm saying? So they're not happy and then really go after each other to get married. They got married because we've been together forever, so we might as well get married. So when guys start learning that, and she comes to work sad and depressed, and a lot of times that guy wants to be that shoulder to cry on, because like I say, a shoulder to cry on eventually turns into a penis to lie on. And so that's one reason why a lot of guys just don't preferably care for their women to have friends of the opposite sex. They would argue that men and women can be friends without it being sexual. You know what I'm saying? But it's been proven that that's very rare, because a lot of guys get into the friendships in hopes of coming out of the friend zone, hopes of not getting into the friend zone. And so, especially if she's an attractive woman, and if she's attractive, and there's a good chance that it's a possibility that they are be attracted to each other, and one thing can lead to another. So, and I always just say, temptation is best stayed away from. Me, I'm not going to put myself in a position where temptation can be an issue. I'm just not going to do that. So I just feel like we need to steer away. You know what I'm saying? When you're in relationships, you got to kind of watch what you do, where you go, how you move. You know what I'm saying? Chess, not checkers. And I was speaking with a lady today, and she was in her relationship. I think they going on 33 years, been together since junior high, she said. And I'm like, man, she might have been just turning 50. And I was like, 30 years, and I know a couple that I'm down with. And when actually I got two couples that I'm down with that's been together that long, since high school, that's not white, because usually that's a white person's thing. We don't usually marry fresh out of high school, but quite a few have. And so she was telling me that it takes a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? But it all boils down to that person has to be your friend. And I said that so many times on here that the person has to be your friend if y'all gonna make it. That person has to be your friend. And she agreed. And that's the only way, to me, that I feel like it'll work. If you respect your person, as Austin would say, if you respect your person, it just tends to work better. You know what I'm saying? You can say you're gonna grow to love each other. You can say all this stuff, but you really have to be friends with that person. And it ain't so much as trust issues per se when it's dealing with friends of the opposite sex. And like I said, a lot of times it don't be that you don't trust your mate all the times. It just be that you can kind of know, a man know what another man is up to, just like a woman can know what another woman's agenda is, and even though I know my intentions, you know what I'm saying, I'm just replying, I'm just being cool, I'm just doing my thing. But the wife will say, the way that woman looking at you, you might just be her friend, but the way she looking at you, she wants more than friendship. And I'd be looking like, nah, that ain't it, and vice versa. But it's not too many guys that's going to be friends with an attractive woman without an agenda. Not too many. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on, I will say, the age, and how he respects her and the relationship. But I'm sure we all have fell into, quite a few of us have all fell into the work boyfriend, work girlfriend, work husband, work wife. Quite a few of us are familiar with that. And we also know people that have good friend guys, women that have good friend guys, guys that have good female friends. But I feel like if they didn't grow up with you, didn't go to school with you, and you met them on the job, and now all of a sudden this your BFF, the guy that looks out for you at work, or vice versa, the woman who makes sure you eat when you come to work, she eating Chili's, and when she come back, she bringing you a steak dinner. Just trying to make sure she brings back you dessert. Let's see, that chocolate molten cake. She was there, so she brought that for you as a friend at work. So, we've now seen that, and some of us have been there. But it just should be certain. I feel like it should be certain boundaries set, especially these days, because very little people respect what you have going on now, and everybody is out for self. We're in a selfish society, and women see another woman, see your wife or your significant other, your girlfriend, and see how you treat her, and they want that treatment. So a lot of times it's just not that they're obsessed with you, they're obsessed with what you're doing for your wife, and they really want to mess that up, and vice versa with the men. And just like Chris Rock said, a man ain't gonna just steal your woman, but he'll screw the hell out of her. But he ain't just looking to steal no woman, especially when it's so many women to one man now. When he can have a plethora of women, and a lot of times we get lost in that shuffle with this friendship. Austin, what's happening with you? I see you got back on, so the internet and everything going good over there, huh? I don't know if it's my phone, but I can't hear you. You got your headphones on? It may be me though, because I was having issues earlier. You can hear me though. Okay. You say something and see can everybody hear you. Hey babe, you can hear Austin, put a star up or something, a heart or something. Let me know if you can hear Austin. Send a text or something. If you can hear Austin. Because I can't hear him and it just might be my I hear something. Say something. I hear noise, but I don't hear your voice. But I'm hearing and you got your headphones in. I can't hear nothing. I sure want to hear you too. Okay. Let me make sure that's him I'm hearing. I'm gonna mute him. Yep, I hear the noise. I just don't hear his voice. But yeah, so the macho guy, man, my girl can talk to who she want to, man, you know. But these days with the disrespect that a lot of women come across in dating today. And when there's problems at home, if she don't have a brother, a lot of times, not all the time, a lot of times a guy can come across and show a side that you're looking for that the husband's not giving, and vice versa. That side of, you know, like a lot of women want that vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Their man to show his sensitive side. I can hear you now.
All right, good.
Yeah, to show his sensitive side. And if your man is not that sensitive side, and the guy comes around at work and see you looking down, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? You okay? They can eventually get into that. And majority of the men guys is to conquer. You know what I'm saying? And it's by any means necessary. And especially if you don't know your man, and even if they know him, it's just a
You know,
sketchy situation today. Austin, chime in on that, because
well, my thing was my wife was reading the other night. This guy married to this woman. They had 4 kids. 4 kids together. They had a DNA test, and neither one of them was his.
4 kids.
4 kids, 4 girls, and not nary one of them was his. So what does that tell you? And then when you go on Maury, or you go on the Leaks Lady show, uh, Laura Lakes,
Yeah,
Paternity Court. A lot of these kids turn up not being
I've been
who the
hearing that.
father.
I've been hearing that lately, and I thought it was just a trend, a fad, somebody doing it for clickbait.
Yeah, it is a trend and a fad.
Well, y'all know about that law that one Tennessee senator or representative wanted to have a few years ago, right? They struck it down, but I think it's a good idea that every child born had to have a DNA test done.
Now, I'm believing in that now just from listening to what Austin was saying. I hadn't seen the one with the 4 kids and none of them his. Now I do know a guy who went on there and was saying that he raised 2 kids that he thought was his, and they ended up not being his, but not 4 kids. And then last week we was talking about Kale Mitchell, the guy from Kenan and Kel.
Yeah.
And his wife was having 2 and 3, get pregnant 2 and 3 times, and the babies wasn't his. What is really going on?
His wife refuted that, but hell, I mean, look at me. I'm living proof that a guy can think a child is his for 18 years and pay child support, and then years later find out they're not.
Ain't nothing wrong with your kid 2 or 3. You take them out with daddy. You take them, let them swab your mouth, and go and find out for your own peace of mind, my brothers. Ain't nothing wrong with this. She ain't got to know a damn thing.
Yeah, and welcome, George. George came on with the cigar, with the Cuban cigar.
No, not quite. This shit might be Mississippi. It ain't going that far.
That's Uber. He got the Uber.
It's not even that good.
He popped on here smoking. I was like, he feeling good. How you doing? How was your everything went good for you today?
Man, things going good. I'm planning this Metal Men Summit. I got Banky Pound go speak. It's going good. I just had a good appearance with Furman Jackson. So this time it's like fellas. Time to talk to the fellas. So
that's great. Austin and I plan on we gonna try to tune into that.
Right.
So, like I say, you already been inboxing it. Send it to I think I already got it, and I'll forward it to Austin. We'll put it on our pages, and so we'll promote it this weekend. So.
Thank y'all. God gave me the inspiration to do it at 1:30 in the morning, and he said just make it happen for some reason. So I'm hoping that maybe somebody will tune in, and it'll be something they need to hear at that moment. If it can just reach one person in a good way, then I will have accomplished what I felt like God wanted me to do. So that's what's up.
That's it. That's it. If you can reach one person, you did your job.
Yeah, my job.
But so you say he was in a committed relationship. You say he was married.
He was married. And they've
how many years
were
they married, roughly? Did they say?
I think it was like 15 years or something like that.
Okay, so somewhere down the road, his parents, his aunt, his uncle couldn't look at them kids and say, hey, that child don't really favor you.
Man, sometimes people just don't want to say something.
But that's a dangerous game for a woman to play too, because it has medical implications for that child as well.
This is true.
You don't think about that. I mean, I know they do a lot of genetic scans, especially if the father has health problems. He gonna figure out pretty quick when, like, if he a diabetic and they go do a genetic screen for diabetes, and like, no, this ain't your kid. He gonna find out pretty quick. There's more ways than just a DNA test for this stuff to come out. You playing a dangerous game when you play a game with a man's children.
But how many of us actually go get that done? They just go ahead.
I do.
Well, that's you because you up on it. But you're outside the norm.
Yeah, you outside the norm. Plus, you're very picky about whom you selected to lay down with. You didn't just have a whole lot. When you had sex, you able to, like the women know when they done missed their period. You able to sit there and say, hey, we had sex on the 15th. So if you pregnant, it's gonna be around here. You one of them. When we were out there,
what if she really stirring things up, and then you really don't know what she getting with? She putting 2 or 3 in the pot at a time. You don't ever know.
Yeah, that's happen.
That's why I tell men, I'm a men's advocate. If you have a suspicion, they got DNA placed on every corner. Take your kid to one. Tell them I'm here to get a lunchtime DNA test. Have them swab. Have the results sent someplace else. And no. If it really, because that's not something that a man wants eating on him. That's not something you want to have on you. It's best not. It's best just to go on. No, that's our problem, black men. We don't ever want to go and hear the real news.
That's right.
I would want to hear the real news.
Yeah, I want to hear the real news. I want to. And see, that don't mean you finna be like, man, little Johnny, man, get off my knee. That don't mean you gonna be like this. You might still
I thought a little best.
Hey, That mean that.
Yeah, but let that be your choice. See, that's the thing. See, women always talk about their choice, they reproductive rights, but we have reproductive rights too. We do.
Well,
We have rights to them children. It's
yeah,
just should they
you
do
do.
be born once they here. Now, it's murky before that. I don't get involved in all that before they get here. I don't do all that. But once they here, then we definitely have a say so in how things go and how these children are raised.
Yeah, if especially if you're active in their life, but
Yeah,
you have some of us out here that just drop them, just drop in.
drop
What
in,
what I'm
drop in.
saying, what I'm saying is drop in the coochie, and
Yeah.
then they gone after that.
But then
You
that's
know what I'm
on the women
saying?
to make better. But see this, then it's on the sisters, man. Y'all know these dudes are drop them and quit them type dudes. Stop letting your little cootie bird tell you what to
No,
do.
see, they think they're the best. They think
They
they
think
can
they
they can
know.
they
They
can they
think
can
they know.
they can
They
change them.
fooling themselves.
Yeah,
They
They
fool.
they
Even
think they
look,
like Lotto and all them.
look.
That think
I'm
hey,
gonna
that
tell
coochie
y'all. I'm
can
gonna tell
change.
y'all something right now. Even the best nigga drop a red flag every now and again, and if she choose not to listen to it, then that's on her. It's a flag on the play. She choose to ignore it. Okay. Then whatever happened, happened. Same for dudes. We know sometimes we lay down with a chick, if she good or not, there's always a chance of that happen, no matter we strap it up twice. It's on us. So this is how we gonna react. Like I said last week, that co-parent to begin when you choose to lay down with somebody because you got to go into every piece of coochie with the eventuality or maybe the circumstance that it may happen. This is how you have to do it. This is how I do it. I can't speak for everybody else, but this is how I do it because I can't. I got one like my ex-wife, wonderful mother, best friend, love her to death. Man, my older son mother, man, gave me hell. I've seen both sides of the coin. I'm
yeah.
telling you.
So I mean, I know it feel good, not having that rubber on, and you can go ahead and drop in there. You better get real close, and then let them put their mouth on the tip,
Yeah, you better get ready to drop your money, your
cause you,
dreams, your ambition, your freedom, your everything on a piece of cookie. Think about this. Now, it's not a matter whether you wrap it up or not. It's a matter of when you lay down with a woman, you giving y'all sharing something to
And
me. Now, it's just me. Y'all sharing something on a deep level. You don't want to just get that to just anybody. It's not just about oh, you catching something, you getting pregnant. You just want to be you want to protect your virtue a little bit. And I think it's a lot of times as men that gets lost on us.
yeah, it sure
So,
does.
especially
yeah,
me having
especially
sons,
It
I
yeah,
was
told 'em,
it was lost on me till I was about 35, 40.
yeah, I'm still trying to hold on to mine. I'm trying. I'm
yeah.
trying to hold on to mine.
But
It's slipping though.
but a lot of people today, especially the women, uh, say that men are insecure when they don't particularly care for another man being in their face 24/7, being in their
We
woman's
know
face
we insecure.
24/7.
We men, we the most insecure. We a man is more insecure than any woman will ever be. You know why? Because more is expected of us, but we don't get shit for doing it. More is expected of us because we are expected to provide, to lead, to be sensitive, to be all these things. So yeah, we got more to be insecure about. So yeah, men are definitely insecure. That's no secret.
And then that thing called ego.
Right.
Ego will kill you in a minute. Because if
Right.
you think some other dude you can just think he touching your woman, and that's gonna set something off.
Right. Right.
So the best I'm with Drake. No new friends. Hell, and
Right.
no old ones either of the same sex. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Yeah.
I don't entertain women like that, and I don't expect my wife to entertain people like that.
And here's why
So
I'm like that. Here's why I'm like that. I'm not like that because of necessarily, and I ain't being naive on this either. Because of her is because I know dudes. You know what I'm saying?
and
They might
that's
be like, you
deep.
don't trust me. It may not be you to be an issue, my dear. It may be I know how guys are. I know how guy friends are.
And I'm kind of like that to a degree. It's not that
Right.
um okay. It's not that I ain't insecure at all. And like I said years ago, well, not years ago, but early on the podcast, I don't have insecurities. I have being played issues because so it's not trust issues and all that. It's being played issues because I know I'm going to go far and beyond to make sure whomever I'm dealing with is taken care of and it's straight. I'm going to do without if I have to. You know, I'm gonna be there 1,000. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the fact that I'm trying to be there 1,000, and it's just something about me doing something that I feel like I really ain't got to do to keep somebody else happy and pleased, and then I get played because I've seen too many brothers do that. And that's my problem. I watch other people fall in the ditch and I go around, like I said
last week.
And so I just refuse to be that victim if I can help it. And so, and Austin and I have been in those positions with these vulnerable women that we consult, and then we get in a little rendezvous, whatever, with them. And then, you know, one thing leads to another, and then bam, and then it's back to reality. So we know that shit can happen. You can, okay, we know this firsthand.
Firsthand.
And so we know how it happens. And so that woman intent wasn't probably to get involved with me or sleep with me, but it's just the fact that sometimes you're just there at the right time, at the right place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it happens.
Sometimes the mood set just right.
Sometimes
the opportunity just right.
So we gonna fall back on my newly adopted philosophy of stoicism. What can we do to avoid that problem, knowing that the moment may arise? Make sure we prepared, fellas. Make sure we ready to strap up and wrap up. We got
the boundaries. The boundaries don't allow it. My thing is, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where that'll even come across my mind. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And if it's someone that I feel like I may be attractive to, I'm staying far away from that motherfucker. They gonna think I'm running. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I know not to do that. You get what I'm saying? Because when you allow yourself to get in those situations, man, you never know how you're gonna bounce back.
You can't allow yourself to be vulnerable because you don't know what may happen. You have to be careful putting yourself in certain situations with women because they may make a claim that's not true.
That's true. And they may mess up what you got going on, you know, at the house. And it took maturity, but I learned that one night thing can't mess up your forever. You get what I'm saying? And it's rap songs that say that too. You messing over your for sure pussy, trying to get some more pussy, you end up with no pussy. So I learned that. And so before I make any moves like that, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And once you ask yourself that so many times, especially when you get engaged and on the verge of getting married, and then you get married, you didn't ask yourself so many times and then turned down so many times, you disciplined yourself. Because look, I didn't know what to do when I was able to see something beautiful, a beautiful woman that fits everything, looks, body, brain, and you able to just admire her and keep it moving without saying, man, I got to say something to her. Man, I got to get to know her. Let me just, let me just be a part of what she got going on. When I was able to just look, see, and keep it moving, man, I ain't know what to do. I lost my mind. I think I got so drunk the night I first done that, I ain't know what to do. Because if I saw something, I made it known to make her know you the most beautiful woman in the place. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably got somebody, but I just had to let you know that you the most beautiful woman I ever seen in this place. You the prettiest lady in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing on you. And then her reply would determine where we go with.
She responds.
Thank you, but my man is over there, and he tells me the same thing. I ain't got nothing else to say to him. at all. I'm done. I'm like, okay, I just have to let you know that's a
Hey,
lucky
Black, but how,
man.
how many times have you heard that though? How many times have you heard that, my man over there?
I ain't
Not
never,
too many.
not too many. Once or twice out of 100 times. Because they don't acknowledge him, and then you will see at the end of the night that guy following up behind them.
Yep. And
Oh,
So,
and
so the women don't make it known. I did notice that too. They don't
yeah.
make it known that they are with someone. They don't wear a ring because the man ain't trying to marry him, but he'd have been cuffed to her for 7, 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
yeah, and even if they are wearing the ring, sometimes they still
That don't mean nothing.
Not
make
today.
that move. They be like, man, this thing don't mean nothing.
Yeah. Good boy, you just don't know. Now they ready to tell you they business. But
That you
he done
don't
got
want
three. He done got 2 babies on me, and we've been together 12 years.
They
Hmm.
ready to
I
see
don't
a
even
bunch
know
of
why
stuff
I'm
going
still in
in.
it, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, dang. So
Yeah.
I don't trust the friendship thing. I know y'all say that
No,
a
I
lot of
don't
people
need
say that's insecure.
it.
Uh,
Is what it is.
that's the first thing.
Uh,
The woman that wants that guy or wants those friends, you the most insecure, jealous person on the planet.
I look at it like this. It's just like walking across a busy highway. You can see the cars coming, but it don't always mean that they're gonna stop.
Yeah.
So why even put yourself in that predicament to allow something to happen or to occur? There are boundaries on the side of the road that you can walk behind that's supposed to keep you from getting hit, right?
Right.
There are dividers in the road when you're going 4 lane, 2 lane highways, whatever it is, and they're there for a reason to keep you out of getting in certain situations. So if you keep yourself out of those situations, then your chance of surviving is better.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's why, like I say, the friendship thing. And then when they go to work, if we talk about the work husbands and work wives. Now we know
Oh
when they go
Lord.
to work, they just not gonna be walking around there not saying nothing to nobody. Okay, work husband,
Right.
work wife, work wife, and work husbands are generally used to. It used to be the men and women only, but it's the colleague whom you have very close work relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a while originally it seemed to be just the opposite sex, men and women. But now, with the world being where it is, it might be some little gay guy trying to hit on your man. It may be some gay girl trying to hit on your woman. So it's more out there now. So that's when we up in here hollering about work wife and work husbands. This is what we're talking about. Okay, somebody who they're close with, whether they're working on projects together, whether they open the store together, whether they close the store together, whether they in class together, they look out for each other. I figured you would be
But
hungry,
see,
so I
when
went
you
by
do, but see,
McDonald's and I'm
when
bringing you
when you
something to eat.
when you do that,
You
that's
know,
cheating. That's cheating. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Now and now the thing is where it can get kind of murky. You have this lipstick lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Look like a female, act like a female, but like to use her lips on lips, right? So she's claiming to be your wife or girlfriend's friend, but all the time she's still trying to get in, just making lit comments here and
Yeah,
there and here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's more out there now. So now when you walk up to the job, we train to watch the different guys and how they look at you. Like when my
Boy,
girl was working,
fella, I've been seeing this since I was a kid. That this shit ain't nothing new. It's now they trying to make it fashionable.
man, look, when we step in there, I used to go up to my girl's job just to see who looking at me weird. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and I can tell and I'll tell her, because when I walk in there, it be the ones who hold their head down, the ones who don't want to acknowledge you, the ones who act like they so busy when you step in the building. Them be the ones that's crushing on your girl, whether they made it known or not. Because everybody else in there, what's up, man? They dap you down and y'all talk about whatever cars, the weather, the sports. But this certain person want to act like you ain't in there. He busy. She asked him to do something. He have a slightly attitude. I said, okay. Then I said, baby, he kind of. I said, I can tell that guy kind of like you because, he don't say nothing to me. So I think he kind of crushed on you. No, they don't mean that. And da 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 da. They always, the women don't see it. But I said, okay, I'm gonna come up there again. I said, no, watch, when I come up there, he gonna hold his head down. He gonna try to act like he don't see me. I said, everybody else gonna speak. They gonna dap me down. And he gonna disappear. He gonna go in the back somewhere, and he gonna look upside my head once or twice when he in the back, act like he busy. And I said that those are the guys that want you.
And that's the wrong answer, because there's some. I ain't saying that I used to do this. I'm just saying, be the ones that be cool. I mean, be cool with you, hold a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? Be right there in your face. Yep, dog, show. Yep, blah, blah, blah. Don't mention your girl. Don't say nothing. And just cool. And you would never know. He's the one that's knocking down your girl.
Right.
I saw that on TV. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, well, they do that to certain guys who they feel like they can do it to. And when I walk in the building, they look at me. I don't look like, I'm not friendly, and I don't look friendly. And so they pretty much stay away from me. It's guys who want my girl, checking out my girl, that don't eat that cut friendship off from me. They like, we ain't answering this nigga phone. I don't even talk to that nigga no more. And I'm cool with that. But I know that's why, because we went from being cool to you be my girl, and now you ain't answering my phone. And I call that a level of respect, because they know I don't play. And they stopped communicating with me. I lost a whole lot of friends because they were like, damn, that's who he dating. And they shied away. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. So you just got to watch brothers. And I respect that brother better than a brother like Austin saying, but they don't come to me dapping me down knowing they want to hit my girl. They act like they hate they act like they hate me because I ain't in there playing around and joking and playing with them.
But see, my thing is, like, I don't have a lot of dude friends, and if I did, I wouldn't let them know who my girl was any damn way.
But the thing is, it ain't really your dude friends. You know what I'm saying? All my friends, family anyway. But it's the dudes that's at the office, or the dudes that used to be cool with them from way back when or whatever.
I look at it like this: if they go for that, fuck them, let them go.
I mean,
well, at the end of the day, that's true.
That's the way it is at the end of the day. But the key is when you're in a relationship. Like Austin and I, we had a pretty cool. Our class was pretty cool, even though he and I didn't mingle per se with a lot of them, but we were still cool with them. We ain't beefing with nobody. So and me personally, I have Tiffany Dobson, Tony Dobson, Africa and Fig, Ladera Lee, and Chastity. So it's certain friends of mine from back in the Gap, Austin and his wife, who I invite to come down here all the time, Jap and his girl. Certain people that I invite to come and stay at my house, and we do grown folk things for the weekend. Okay. And Tiffany Brown Dodson was like one of my best female friends ever. You get what I'm saying? And then she married Tony Dobson, which was a church friend of mine. And Tiff and I are still super, super close to date. My dad and her mom were real close, and that's how we met. And she's like the sister. If she was to hit me today in a crisis and needed some money or whatever, I'm gonna wire it to her and she's my Cash App or Zelle it to her because I respect and love her like that.
Right.
And her husband and we were cool. You know, we church, but we didn't hang per se, but we respect each other. So I gave them an olive branch, you know, an invitation, come to the house, and we go to. So they're working on their trip. They live in Dallas, Houston. I think they're in Dallas, but they're trying to plan a trip here. I invited Austin and his wife here. I'm inviting Jeff and his girl here. Fig, which is my cousin in Africa here. So in Africa, and all these people I'm naming, I was friends with their women. Africa and I was friends before Fig and I found out we were cousins. And we were tight like that. So I have female friends, but all of them respect me as a person, and they're waiting and willing to meet the wife. So friendships like that, I'm cool with. It's and like she has this guy who she's friends with that they've been like brothers and sisters, and I'm cool with him. But at the same time, I don't put nothing past nobody because he ain't married. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking like, okay, they was in the Dunkin' booth one time for some little fundraiser thing that they were doing. And I felt some type of way, even though he really wasn't looking at her. But at the end of the day, a man is a man. A real man is a man. And he can have the most beautiful, trusting, fine wife ever. But if he sees something else and they're attractive, at the end of the day, some of the men are men. If you're not disciplined.
Don't nobody want no man leering at his woman. Hell, no.
You know, and they was in the Dunkin' booth in the pool type deal, and I was like, baby. And she wasn't dressed in no bathing suit or nothing. She had a long shirt and stuff. But every now and then I would catch his eyes wondering, and I was like, baby, I don't too much trust him. Oh, that ain't nobody. To them, that ain't nobody but.
Yeah.
But like you say, we know how we are. We know men. But a lot of times the women, they'll say, oh, you just insecure, you jealous. But nah, we know what women want.
Right.
But no, I mean, I feel you, Kelly, on that. But my demeanor, they ain't gonna shake my hand because they always tell her when I leave that he look like I bet he beat you. He did that because I don't come in there looking like no little simp, no sucker. So they ain't gonna shake my hand. I'm talking about I done been around a whole bunch of guys. They don't even speak to me. So, it depends on who the guy. Now, if they feel like that guy's a sucker and a pushover, oh yeah, they'll shake his hand and take him and riding with him to go buy him something to eat. They ain't finna do that shit with me. Ain't no girl I ever dated, no woman I ever dated. Guy came up shaking my hand and trying to piss on my leg.
Man, who doing all that?
No, I don't play that. I don't do that. But they out there. You just gotta, you gotta watch them. I mean, your women don't see it. That's the problem too, Austin. A lot of times,
they see it.
They see it.
Yeah, I think they see it. It's too.
No, a lot of them they not looking for it. Okay.
It's a lot of a woman can tell when a dude is into her. You can sit up there and she can say no, but all the time she talking about yeah, I know. But to make you feel better or to make the dude feel better, her dude feel better, she start hollering about no. Now you guaranteed to know if you're attracted to her, there's somebody else that's gonna be attracted to her.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's what you want.
Yeah, because you don't want nobody. You don't want nobody that nobody else
wants. You just gotta make sure that you have that woman that's cutting for you, because it's easy. Right. Like I said, I got ruined at 19. An old man told me he had me walking around paranoid. 19, 20 years old. Man, a woman, you just can't trust no woman. A woman can tell you she's going to the grocery store, and she'll stand over there and let her skirt up, and a man be behind her getting him some. while she picking out a watermelon. And I was like, paranoid. You know, I'm like, can this shit really happen? And then I think it was a comedian said the same shit not too long ago. I don't know if it was Mike Epps. And I was like, damn, that old man said that thing 30 years ago.
Well, now, the way that men look at other women, even though they're married or whatever, don't think your wife is only attracted to you.
Oh no! You a
Don't
fool.
sit up there and think that.
Mm-mm.
Now, the thing is, you can look at someone and think they're attractive, but it's what you do in that. If you don't act on it, that's where faithfulness comes in. You don't act on those things.
Well, what about the guys who? Well, okay, I know women and guys that has that's open. He'll see somebody that's fine, and he'll just stop and just look. And the woman right there with him, they say, "I see you looking at that girl." You know, they cool with that shit. And she'll see a guy walking around with his shirt off at Walmart, buffed up, throwing a towel, just came from the gym. You know, look like he been climbing trees. And she'll look at him, and he'll say, "Yeah, I see you looking at that." Then they laugh it off and they keep it going. So should you do you know, if you do that, should it be respectful, or it just depends on the relationship?
It depends on your relationship.
Yeah, it depends on the relationship, because that shit don't fly with everybody. Don't try it.
Yep.
Don't just bust out there and just be like, oh damn, she fine, and end up with 5 knuckles across your face.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. Damn, she fine and you going along with it. And damn, he fine and y'all going along with that shit, and then they see each other again while you ain't with them. I'm just saying.
That's a Pandora's box. Folks to open that on their own discretion. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. You know,
that's just like inviting somebody in your bedroom.
And that has happened. And then, you know, like this one couple, they had a foursome, and one of the women ended up getting pregnant. And it wasn't her husband. No, I am not. And it was one, and it was not the husband's child. But they agreed to co-parent.
So you mean tell me you let somebody raw dog your wife?
And he raw dog another one. Yeah.
Y'all nasty.
Yeah, it's probably raw dogging each other, man. That's some weird stuff, man.
Yeah. Everybody mixing their fluids together. Yeah. There is no way I can sit up and watch my wife have sex with another dude.
No.
Or my wife have sex with a woman. Either way. I can't do it. I'm territorial like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
And I try, you know, being that I'm in the hip hop world, I'm the DJ, I see so much. And I used to try to not give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I meet certain, you know, people when I was in the club, and I talk that hip stuff that I hear other DJs and rappers. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I got this. It is what it is. Hey girl, you want to get with them? And if she do it, I'm looking, you know, I'm feeling some type of way because I'm territorial. I was hoping that she would have said, "Boy, you crazy." But if they went and messed with, I couldn't mess with them no more. So then I say, you went on KK, huh? Yeah. Okay, that's what's up. So what we doing tonight? We ain't doing shit now. You know, I'm in my feelings, but I told her, go ahead and, you know, hey, shit, go ahead. He wants the shit. You want it, you know, go on over there. He say he gonna pay you shit. Fuck it. I'm talking, I'm hard. Then when she come back and he bragging, hey man, yeah, appreciate it, bro. She came by, man, she did this, she did that. And then when I get to the club, she come up there. So what we doing tonight? We ain't doing shit. You can get the fuck out my face. And you know, I'm salty. You know what I'm saying? I lick, I'm salty.
And she's salty too.
Yeah.
With his feet. You know what I'm saying? But boy, y'all crazy. Hold up, check this out though.
Should married couples be allowed to have friends of the opposite sex?
Your male friends that you had at the time, none of them they weren't attracted to you?
That's an unfair question.
So it's okay for a woman to have a male friend that's attracted to her as long as she doesn't cross the line. Then, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Women don't look at men like that. I feel like we can genuinely be friends with a guy and think he's a nice guy or think that he's a stand-up guy. He's always going to show up when we need him. Like, and not have no attraction to him. It's y'all that be like undressing us with y'all's eyes. Low-key trying to sneak in on the friend card. That's creepish.
They see him as a stand-up guy.
Man, that's a lot of women do the same thing that she was just describing.
Okay, I'm explaining something. First of all, I think that's bullshit. Second of all, this stand-up guy still trying to screw you. So when you get said and done with it, that guy you see as a nice guy, his intent is still the same as to get you in bed.
Yeah, and I've always been a nice guy. I've always been a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
Me, very nice.
And
he say she don't see it like that. He just looking out for her. That's the guy who walks her to the car to make sure that don't nobody snatch a purse or
and open the door for her.
I'm saying this as having been able to speak as that guy. I was that guy. I'll tell you this. At least once or twice they done thought about it. They done thought about it.
Done did it.
Yeah, done did it. So, I mean, ain't no woman really thinking it's no such thing as no truly altruistic, a nice guy. That's not happening. If they thinking that actually exists, they just fooling themselves.
Well, a lot of them say that they'll befriend these guys, and he's like a brother to me. But these are the work guys now.
Well, now you do have those boundaries, but I'm talking about just regular friends. I ain't talking about one where you got like a brother-sister relationship, because you can't have those, and those don't cross boundaries. You know, once you put that brother-sister label on your friendship with a woman, that means it's beyond that boundary of being something.
And I know what you're gonna say, Austin, but I know several women that have friend zoned couple of guys that I know, and I tease them all the time about being in that goddamn friend zone, and they watches the podcast. But they be in that friend zone, and once that woman put them in that goddamn friend zone, they ain't coming out that friend zone. I don't care if they buy. They don't get out. But once a woman really puts you in that friend zone, it's pretty hard to get out that friend zone, bro.
It's one way out the friend zone. Leave her ass alone.
Once they put that guy in that friend zone, man, I ain't seen too many. Every now and then, if the guy who she's interested in, the boyfriend, the husband, whatever, just straight dog her out, and that guy is there and she's vulnerable. Because I know a woman that actually turned dyke for a second. She back with a man now, but she turned dyke for a second because her boyfriend dogged her out, cheated on her, and she was in the room with this one woman. She confided in her, and that one woman finessed her, licked on her, whatever, was hugging on her. They was crying. She was crying. She was hugging on her, and then boom, she licked her out and turned her out or whatever.
She put that old plastic splint on her.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, she wasn't turned out. She wasn't. You don't be gay for a minute.
That was on the cool. Seriously, this girl was not thinking about being gay. She was a bona fide freak, and she let her street side and her hoishness go to try to be dedicated to the guy. And the guy didn't trust her because he went through the hell before she gave 100% to him. So he still felt some type of way. So he got back at her while she was in love with him. That girl just turned her out. She was strictly dickly, but she was vulnerable and very hurt. And that woman was there, and the woman who was there was both ways, and got her drunk and had a field day with her. And then she just kind of turned that way because she didn't want to be hurt again, because the hurt that she felt with him, she didn't want to get hurt again. So she jumped on the other side. But then she didn't realize that them dyke women more crazy than a crazy ass man. So when that dyke girl got a hold to her and she got away from her, now she's back with the man.
I got to give this disclaimer, CEO of Meta Association. You know, y'all certain words y'all use for certain demographics. I'm a LGBTQ supporter, so I got to put that out there because somebody listening and they like, man,
Man,
'cause
fuck
we
all
talking
that.
business.
It is what
I
it is.
got
Nah,
I,
I'm just kidding.
my corporate side. I got to do
I mean,
that.
I'm
I got
that
to do
too.
that.
I'm just the alphabet community. I ain't got nothing against them,
Yeah,
but I
but see,
have to say what I say
I
to
don't believe
describe it.
when somebody have a gay experience, I don't never put it off like, oh, that was a one off. No, that ain't a one off.
I mean,
They
it
need to
had to
done that
start
shit
one
before.
time somewhere, bro. There's a
Yeah,
first time
well,
for everything.
it's first time, but trust me, it won't be the last time.
No, because like I say, she stayed with that because she felt like, she
Yeah,
ain't got to get hurt no more. But then
nah,
the
that's
other
the
one that
wrong
she was
move.
living with, and I'm gonna tell you what he did. She in Dallas now. But I'm gonna tell you what he did. He went to Dallas supposedly to pave the way for them, save his money, work. She stayed back. He went down there and he worked, saved his money, blah, blah. But he got out there, country ass nigga from Louisiana, out there in Dallas, seeing all the women that's really in Dallas that make the Louisiana women look like who did it, what for, and why. And these are top notch that you
Mm-hmm.
thought women in Louisiana. He went out there
Mm-hmm.
in Dallas and was getting play from these women that he thought he'd never touch, these models, these whatever that a brother like him thought he'd never touch. So he was out
Mm-hmm.
there living his best life. So when she called him and said, "Okay, I'm coming down," when she moved down, he was good for about a month and a half. Then she found out he was cheating and all that, and she ended up moving in with her coworker, which was a woman, which just happened
Uh-huh.
to be a dyke. And
Uh-huh.
one thing led to another.
Well, let's not cast aspersions so much on the dyke aspect because I think this how to look at it, gentlemen. It don't matter whether it was a dyke or whatever. They chose to cheat
Bulldog. What
no
we
matter
call
who
him?
was with it.
Bulldog. What we call him?
Bulldagger. That's what we
Bulldog.
call him back in Memphis. Yeah. That's what we
Hey,
call him back in Memphis.
remember the scalawags back in the day?
I
We
don't
used to
quite
call them
remember
scalawags.
Scallowag.
But
Yeah.
Now we
yeah.
just now we just call them chicks with a bag of dicks. But
Yeah. But cheating is cheating. Cheating is cheating. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter whether they cheat. Well, to me, it don't make no difference. If you cheat, you cheat.
yeah,
Mine
And
is,
like
if
he
you
said,
want to go,
I kind of agree with George.
you know.
When you're in a committed relationship or a marriage, flirting is cheating, texting is cheating.
well. Look, first of
Dang,
all,
that was
you and the person that you're with, you're going to identify what cheating is. You're going to
Right,
set whatever that criteria is.
right.
And it's up to you all to follow whatever that script that y'all laid out of what cheating is. But women, let me tell you how you can figure this dude is trying to do more than just being a friend. So when he hugs you, he gonna try to hug you. He gonna start the hands are gonna start near the top of the back.
mm-hmm.
Then eventually they're gonna get to the small of the back, and then it's gonna get right above your butt. And that's how he's testing to see how far he can go. I'm just
They
letting you
don't want
know.
to believe it. That's just that he just got their best interests at heart. All
When
right,
he
hold
puts
on. Check him
All
out.
right, let's talk about friendships of the opposite sex while you're married. The first question we need to ask ourselves, why do I feel like I need to have a friendship with someone of the opposite sex while I'm married? I mean, I married someone of the opposite sex. Shouldn't that meet that need? But hey, listen, if you still need to have that friend, here's a couple things that can help you out. First of all, you and your spouse need to be in agreement about this friendship. If you're not in agreement, it's going to cause issues in your marriage. It's going to be a big issue in your marriage. You need to talk about the do's and the don'ts. You need to come up with healthy boundaries and expectations. Second, if your spouse brings up a concern about this friend, you need to listen to them and understand where they're coming from because they're probably seeing something you're not seeing. And listen, don't tell them they're being insecure. Don't tell them they're jealous and don't tell them they're crazy. You're only shooting yourself in the foot. And again, this is going to cause major issues in your marriage. And last but not least, have friends that honor God and your marriage. Why is that important? If you want to have a godly marriage, you want to have people that are there for your marriage.
Okay.
Man,
Yeah.
these half of these folks don't respect God. They'll end up trying to sleep with Mary.
I
Hey,
mean, if they already doing it in their marriage, what the hell makes you think they already respect God? They already breaking their vows as it is. So, but I
And
want to say something
but
though. This is something I do. Y'all know I'm out here. I'm dating and whatnot. So,
sorry
but
to
one
hear
thing
that.
I do, I know, it's so hard, so hard. But one thing I do, if I meet a young lady, she will get to know my female friends because I don't have nothing going on with them. But I have to interact with them on a heavy basis because they are also business oriented. I have no problem with that. So that's a boundary I'm willing to set in my relationship. The thing is, you have to be sure what your boundaries are, like you just said.
Yeah.
Is it okay for them to call you if they mama die? Some people that's like that ain't none of your concern. Some people, yeah, I rock with them like that. You got to figure out what works for you. The thing is to make sure you communicate, know what that is on the front end, so you don't have no bullshit on the back end.
So what about this type of friend? So they've been friends for a while, but they've slept together once or twice and figured out, hey, we're better off as friends.
Yeah. No, not for her. Oh,
Yeah.
for her. Oh, for her. I'm gentleman. I'm a hypocrite. No male friends. Period for her. But I can. But she can't. I'm sorry.
Mm, George, I
No.
don't know about that one. Yeah,
I'm
I
that.
ain't
sorry.
never heard George talk like this. I need
Yeah.
that
No,
cigar.
I don't do that. No, you
I
don't need to
need
hook
that
me up
cigar.
on it. If
George,
that, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. They related by blood. No, I don't do that.
now you ain't
I ain't never
lying.
heard George talk
You
like this.
now, yeah, you ain't lying because it's been some cousins out there and some uncles too. Man,
No.
that's you don't grew up, girl. You fine,
No,
nigga. I mean, boy,
no.
dude, you better,
Yeah.
man.
No, I don't do that. I
Uh-uh.
don't do that. Gentlemen, I don't do that. I'm sorry. Now, a lot of my female friends, I have business interests with relations, but here's the thing. I don't trust dudes. And low key, I don't trust no woman. I just don't. I ain't allowing that.
Well, George, that's something you're gonna have to talk through with your therapist
So
because you can't go
What? Why I
around like
got
that.
to? Why I got to do? I got a couple I can call.
no,
Why
no, a
they
lot
talk
of
about
men
this?
don't care
No,
for a woman that's too friendly.
this just a boundary for me.
Your girl can't be too friendly. It's okay for her to be cordial, but she can't be too
Mm,
goddamn friendly, bro.
Well, what she's supposed to
ah.
do? She's supposed to just walk around just with her head
Nah,
down.
I got to monitor. I got to see.
No,
I
she
see
can be
that. See
cordial.
his thing. See, that's the situation I had to fill out. I had to see, like, do she talk to him around me? What code words I'm picking up? See, that's more work than what I want to put in. So just say fuck it, no friend. I don't want to have to do all that.
That's me. Because and like I tell people, once you know your worth, once
Right.
you know your fucking worth and you know who you are as a person, if you have standards, you have values, you know who you are, you love yourself, you're not gonna allow yourself to go through that.
I'm not.
You know, there are people that love to talk to me, women that like to talk to me. James, I got a problem. Can I call you and talk to you? Sure, you can call and talk to me and my wife. We'll be more than happy to help you.
That's good. I like that.
Because yeah, because I'm not going to I don't mind helping people out, but I'm not going to talk to you without my wife.
Right. Right. That's right.
And
That's right.
I said I can give you the male point of view and she can give you the female point of view, but I would not talk to you without my wife.
Now my wife and I started doing that years ago when different females and guys that she knew would want to call her, she'd be like, "You gonna have to talk to him about that because he know more about that." And it'd be the speakerphone, or because I ain't quick to get a nigga my number. I don't want them. Put him on speaker,
Yeah.
And then I'll do that, and then I'm making sure that he ain't calling throughout the day when I ain't around. You know what I'm saying? So we do that too because it's a couple that we have down here now that lives like an hour away from us, and they going through a lot of hell. And they call us a lot. The wife calls us a lot for a lot of advice. and the husband, he wants to hear it, but he wants me to be on his side. And I don't pick sides. I pick whatever is right. I don't go just because I know you are. We men, we supposed to bond. No. If you wrong, you wrong.
And my thing is, I don't even know why, as a couple, they want to put someone that is their friends in their relationship.
Well, they feel like we don't have. They feel like we don't have problems. You get what I'm saying? They feel like we don't go through. So
well, they naive.
Okay, so y'all, we gonna ask them because they feel like we don't have issues. And it's not that we don't have issues. It's just that
y'all
we know
don't display
how to handle it. They not gonna get out of line. Our issues be, she want to go somewhere this weekend and I don't feel like going this weekend. I want to go next weekend. Those be our issues.
Right.
You know, or she wants to jump up and go get something to eat when it's food downstairs. Those are our issues. We don't have those where I'm going upside the head like they got issues. So my thing is, okay, he don't support the guy that I'm talking about. He don't support his wife. And when I seen that, he wanted me to jump on his side and I couldn't. But she was trying to stop smoking cigarettes. And so she asked him, could he support her in her attempt to stop smoking? He would still come in the house around her smoking like it ain't nothing instead of going outside smoking his cigarettes or whatever. And she was like, I just asked him to support me. He said, hell, that's you. You the one chose to stop smoking. I ain't gonna stop smoking because you start smoking. And light the thing up in her face. And I was like, man, that's wrong. But how that's wrong? She the one want to do that. I ain't got to stop smoking because she said she gonna start smoking. Hell, I ain't trying to quit smoking. And I was like, dude, that's kind of wrong. And she was literally about to cry because she needs to stop smoking. She wants to stop smoking. And she thought that him as her husband, he would help her kick the habit. And he didn't. He felt like it ain't me. You chose to do that. So why should I sacrifice when that's something you want to do? I never agreed to stop smoking. Okay. Right. If that's the case, I say, well, why don't you just go outside? Why don't you smoke before you get home? Why don't you go in the backyard and talk on the phone and smoke your cigarette and come back in the house? That's way when she smell it, it's an after effect because it's on you and your skin instead of smoke all up in the living room and all up in the kitchen and all up in the bedroom. Respect that where she's just lessening her crave. She better get up patch or something because I'm gonna smoke because this is what I do.
See what the main dude is when you know he don't care about you.
That's what I was thinking too.
When he does stuff like that, he does not care about you at all.
Yeah.
Ladies, that's a red flag. That's a situation you do not pass go because ain't nothing you can do that nigga gonna make him care about you when he do something like that.
Yeah, that was foul. And I couldn't support him. And he ain't said nothing to me really since, and it's been about 3 weeks ago. And but I was like, man, I kind of agree with her, bro. I say, at least you can kind of just smoke outside. Man, damn that. I'm gonna smoke in my house. Shit, I'm paying rent. I'm blah blah. I'm like,
it sound like, you know, that's his reaction. Sound like he on bullshit a lot anyway.
So. Yeah, I'm thinking too. They've been going through a lot of different shit, and when a man talk like that, you didn't hurt that man too.
Yeah.
Because when he used to bend over backwards for you, and now he talking like that, she done something. She ain't gonna tell us.
Yeah.
But she did something to make that man who used to worship the ground you walk on talk to you like that.
See, he don't care no more. He's attached emotionally, but see, he wants to hurt her in the process.
Yeah.
See, he hurt, so he trying to hurt her. He know one way to hurt her is to keep smoking around.
Yeah.
Now, he don't want to hurt her like chop her head off or nothing like that, but he wants her to feel some sort of discomfort and pain for the hurt that she's caused him.
There you go.
And again, that's why they need a neutral third party.
Right.
So they won't have to say, hey, man, you're supposed to be on my side. They get a neutral third party, and that'll cut all the conflict out with their friendship. because that can cause additional conflict between you and them.
Right. That's what I was saying. I'm like, why?
It's probably what's going to end up
And my
happening.
girl be like, why she calling me? Because we don't really want to get in their mess. Because the way we run our house, they don't run their house. So why they want us, to come in on their situation, I don't know. But
It's gonna mess around and disrupt your house. You ain't careful.
So check this one out.
Well, babe,
Yeah,
let me ask you a quick question.
sure.
In a marriage, can I have a best friend of the opposite sex?
No.
You want to be more specific?
A best friend is somebody that you spend a lot of time with. You go on vacations with them. You go out to dinner with them. You call them when something exciting happens or when something bad happens. You ask them for guidance. That's a best friend. Would you want me to be calling another guy and going on vacation with another guy and going out to dinner with another guy and confiding in another guy?
Hell no.
Are we done here?
But
no, there's no but. On top of that, what if this guy has feelings for me?
Which I can't control.
You see how this can be a problem? That's why you're supposed to be my best friend.
Well, all right then.
So I kind of agree with that, but a lot of females, it's more females, and it's more, I'm gonna say, under 30-year-old guys who cool with their women having male friends, and I think too, and this from coming from where I come from. When a guy is cool with whomever he's dealing with, having friends of the opposite sex, it's because he has friends of the opposite sex and he enjoying his friends of the opposite sex.
Right. That's why I don't go for that. You ain't got no friend. Not no male from
My wife can have male friends as long as their name is Lincoln, Anderson, or Benjamin.
Right. Right. That's
And
it.
they can hang around all day.
All day.
All day.
They as many of them, especially Benjamin, he can stay. All the Benjamins, they can just be there all day, all the time.
All
I'm
on
cool
the ass
with
and everything.
everywhere. They can
In a
just
back pocket, you don't
back
care.
pocket. I don't care. Back pocket, front pocket. I don't care.
Well, y'all know folks gonna say we wrong for this, but you know what? On this stance, I too much don't give a damn.
Well, I mean, who cares? I mean, it's a lot of folks out there that be like, yeah, babe, male or female, yeah, babe, go ahead. I know y'all know each other. She seem like she cool. He seem like he cool. Go ahead. And next thing you know, they walking down the aisle.
Dude, hey, on the cool, and they've been making a lot of TikTok videos about this lately. But I got a partner in Shreveport, and he be watching the podcast too, and I got to talk about it. He was married, and we would go to the studio, and on our way to the studio, his wife had this little gay friend that used to come over to the house, and then we would leave and go to the studio, go to the mall, and we'll leave them there at the house. And so one day I made a joke because we was over there and the guy was kind of waiting on us to kind of leave, And then we got in the car, we was leaving. I said, hey man, what if that dude doing all that talking like he gay? Yeah, girl, and then we gonna do this shit, girl, hurry up, girls, we gonna get our nails and that. He doing all that. And then as soon as we leave, whoo, girl, I was so tired of playing like I was gay, man. I was glad that nigga was gone. Because we left her there. And guess what? They divorced today. And I've been meaning to ask him. They've been divorced for some years. And I've been meaning to ask him, why did they get divorced? But I made a joke. I say, man, because he looked like a dude. I say, what if that dude acting gay just so he can be around your woman? And then they end up messing around and he ain't really gay. Cause he and my partner was cool with that, with the guy. Oh, that's a little great friend, All right, come on in, Melvin, sit down. All that shit. And then we go to the studio. She ain't answering the phone when he called. I say, man, what if
she
seeing this dude?
That's why I say She can't have no male friends. I don't trust nobody.
Even if he gay or not. Damn it.
I ain't doing that.
But you insecure, they say.
I don't give a damn. I'll be insecure then, but I'll be insecure in my own security.
What, you jealous?
I don't matter whether I'm jealous or not. It is what it is. No.
Then they their own person. You got to grow up and get over that. Now peep this.
I ain't got to go.
All right, so people are often asking this question, can married couples have a best friend of the opposite sex?
I'm going to go with a no for 800, Alex. Okay. And I'm going to say, among many things, your best friend is someone that you tell everything to, your secrets, your desires, your dreams, your aspirations. You run to them first when there's a problem. Right. So I believe if you are a married woman, there should be no other man on the planet that you are running to before you run to your husband.
And listen, from a guy's perspective, absolutely not, because there's no way a guy can get that close to a female and not think certain thoughts towards them, thoughts of attraction. And if you're thinking those thoughts, you're likely to act on those thoughts. So don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
And
I tell you, and that's why I say that's what I say. It's not. I had to be staying firm on it because it's not. I know how I got. Right now, I don't trust it.
Our guys not like that. There are some guys out there that just really like want to be your girl's friend, and they like hanging out with them. They like whatever they can offer them in whatever setting it is, whatever they're missing, and they just truly like to be around your girl. Yeah, they just want to be around your girl for whatever reason, and they just think it's nice, and they think she's really nice, and um, the girl can provide them a lot of advice on dating and
how to fix their relationship
and feelings and those type of things. So they want her to call her late at night and early in the morning
after the job. How you feel about the texting after hours, after work? If they're gonna be friends at work, should they text after work?
For what? What they gotta talk about? Is it about work?
How the supervisor or the manager did them.
Now,
and they couldn't talk about it. They couldn't talk about it on the job, but
now I admit that I'm in a group chat. I have a group chat with a bunch of women from work, right? And my wife has access to my phone, all that. But after a certain period of time, after the clock strike, I don't answer text. So
yeah, I was in I had a group chat not too long ago, but we ended up the team decided to shut it down. It got corrupt, but it was a lot of stuff going on, and they was hitting me up after hours. You know what I'm saying? And I figured since we were just discussing a big thing on the job, because a lot of people had got fired behind that chat. So it was a mole in the chat that screenshotted everything and showed it to the supervisor and took it to HR and all that. It got real nasty. And I was down there, you know, it was late because I didn't see the text until late because I don't be having my phone. And I saw the late text and I just replied. And then they replied back and we just saw a whole damn near hour text session going on who could have been the mole. But it was around 11 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? I was downstairs chilling in the kitchen. I didn't think nothing of it. But the wife didn't care for me doing that texting late at night. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think nothing was wrong with it. But then Austin just said it again. So because it was work related and she can get my phone. But I guess after a certain time, after 8, 9 o'clock, I ain't had no business texting no way. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have replied to the next morning. You know, I feel you. I didn't argue though, because like they said in the video, whether I see something wrong or not,
Mm-hmm.
if she sees something wrong, it's wrong.
Right.
If I and whether she sees something wrong with something or not, I feel like if I say, well, I don't like it, that should nip it in the bud. And if you can't, that shows me that you don't have my best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Yeah, you gotta be like Big Red. My office hours are. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe he had to get off for a second.
Okay.
But yeah, establishing those boundaries. And
Yeah,
again,
and boundaries look different for different people. Sometimes your boundaries got to be extreme, and can't nobody really question why. They just have to be what they are for their particular time. And I know folks like that's kind of a harsh stance I have to take, but it's a stance I have to take.
yeah. And if
You
you're
do well.
if you're in, that's something that you have to discuss in the beginning stages of your relationship,
Right, right,
because you have to be on the same page. Because if you thinking one, you just can't go in thinking one thing. They thinking one way and you thinking another way. You don't know where you're going to be committing an offense at.
right. Exactly. You have to know what your boundaries are. You need to have those discussed early on in the relationship. Do that before you even in a relationship. To me, a relationship doesn't even enact until you at least have certain negotiations. Okay, yeah, this is a boundary for me. Yeah, that's a boundary for me.
yeah,
So I can't imagine being in a situation or calling yourself being in a relationship where you didn't have that kind of talk in the first place.
communication,
True.
and we say that a lot. Uh, but like I say, everything is cool until it becomes a problem. Um, but when you're in committed relationships, I just feel like those friends can mess that. Those outside friends, new friends, especially the ones that you just met, can really
Yeah,
mess that up.
yeah.
You know, the
The
new
problem.
friend.
Can you have friends of the opposite sex when you're in a relationship? I get this question a lot, and I just want to address it, especially for the young lady that messaged me about it. You can absolutely have friends of the opposite sex, but you better understand what boundaries mean. First and foremost, your spouse should feel and be your very best friend. I don't care if you've known your best friend for 30 years and y'all grew up together and y'all love each other and it's all platonic. That's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start going to that person before your spouse for advice, when you start making your spouse feel like second fiddle to that person, when y'all are a little too touchy-feely, when you're not including your spouse in your relationship, if you're friends with anybody of the opposite sex, your spouse should also have a relationship with that person. So it's all about the boundaries. If you are disrespecting your spouse for that friend, now we have a problem. Nobody should come before your spouse on any occasion for any reason. And if that is the case, it's a problem.
I
Yep.
see no,
And
I see no lies.
yeah.
If he can't be friends, if that's your work friend, that's your friend,
Mm-hmm.
your spouse supposed to be able to be friends with that person too. Yeah, it shouldn't be no here he come, oh hell, here come your nigga, oh hell, here she come. It shouldn't be none of that.
Right.
Yeah. And
So
if a person, if we can't all be friends, I mean, we don't have to be all sit down chat friends, because I don't get along with a lot of dudes anyway. On the
Right.
cool.
Right.
But if we can't all be hee hee and ha ha at a time or two, then what he
yeah,
there for?
you got to cut it off.
I mean, what is in at the end of the day, what is he there for? What purpose does he serve? He or she
Pretty
serve?
Like
much.
you said a long time ago, you said that that person is around and she or he is allowing that person to be around because they are filling a void that you are lacking. You may have out of 10 things on the list, you fulfilling 8, maybe 7 of them, and that person is around because they do the other 3.
Well, I
Now
mean,
that
but
you
then
preach
that's a
that
problem.
all the time.
I know, and that's a problem because if I
Right.
can't be your everything,
You know,
then
but the
I don't need to
chances
be
are,
anything.
the chances are of a person being, and you said this too, a 100% everything, that's rare. There's gonna be something that's a little off. Nobody's
Nope.
perfect,
So
right?
what I'm saying, no, that's not what I said. So what I said was you're not going to find 100% of everything
In one
on
woman,
your
you said we
in your
needed 2, 3
criteria
different women.
on your criteria list that you're looking for in a woman. And so what I was talking about was education, looks, money, drive, those type of
Hips and
things.
ass and titties.
Yep, they might have more titties than ass and more ass than titties. More stomach than booty or more booty than stomach.
Right.
But you're not gonna be able to find it's all you're gonna have to compromise on something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say you compromising on education and conversation, but that person at work has that education and that conversation.
Well, see
So,
that's the thing. Those you can't compromise if you're a person that wants conversation and like to communicate. You can't compromise on that. Now you
but the
may be
thing
able
you
to
got to
compromise on
compromise somewhere.
education. Yeah, education you can compromise on.
It's
But there are
hard to
some
compromise.
there are some things that you can compromise on, and there are some
The
things that you
conversation
can't.
is not one of them.
If you're a person that likes conversation. Now, if you're a person that don't like conversation, then you don't want to pick someone that likes to talk all the time.
Right. Right.
You have to pick someone that's most similar to what you like.
Exactly.
And before George go, we're gonna let him give his final thoughts. But I'm gonna play one more for George. And Austin, we got a little over 30 minutes before we shut it down. But peep this out. And you know that time be flying now, boy. 30 minutes is 20 now. Hold on. Check out what our Cam said. It's crazy.
Baby, listen.
That's facts.
If we can go to lunch, we can't go to no dinner though. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I say that.
Yeah.
Women don't understand a man will play his role for years.
Facts.
For one slip up. So as far as you think, oh man, Jason, that's my friend. I seen Jason, baby.
Right.
Jason.
Seen that type.
Jason ain't even acknowledged me as your man.
That's facts, bro. That's
Facts on facts.
We need to vet your friends. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, someone will play their role just to make sure you one night. Oh, you feeling friendly? Oh, we can move out the friend zone.
Yes.
Yeah. That ain't going down, baby.
Yes, and that goes for women and men.
Hey.
Hey, the way he laughed, she done caught him on some shit. They done had that discussion about him and one of his friends. The way he laughed on that.
Hey, all it takes is one shot to win the game.
That's it. And men, they do sit back and play their role.
Right. We do.
They your brother. They your I got your back at work. I'm gonna walk you to the car. I'm gonna if you need $2 more, $5 more on your meal, I'll buy the whole meal. They gonna do that. But
Yeah,
they
we do it until we either sick of it or we get what we want.
That's it. So get your thought on that, George, before you head out. Then Austin and I got 30 more minutes.
I ain't told no lies on that. We all play a role to a certain extent, but don't be a fool. They play a role too.
The women do.
Yeah, they play
vice versa. A woman to play that role too, because back in the day, women wasn't as aggressive as the women are now.
Right.
And what gets me, I can tell when a woman is interested in me when she say, your girl ain't gonna get mad, is she? I ain't getting you in no trouble. When I hear that, that's turn off to me, and I'm not gonna give you a ride anymore. I'm not gonna help you out anymore because you saying that, I know that you got some type of interest. Oh, I ain't gonna get in trouble. If I sit in your car, I ain't gonna get in trouble, am I? your girl ain't gonna. I don't want nobody jumping on me. Why are you even thinking like that?
You know why?
That's a turn off for me. I know right then that we ain't gonna,
have no deal.
I don't want to get you in no trouble. That type of shit. I like, all right. And after I drop them off, whatever, that's the last time I do that.
Yeah.
Well, to avoid all that, my wife and I, we have a rule that no one of the opposite sex rides in our car.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No, I was just saying in the gym. Yeah, now the wife, yeah, but I'm saying before the wife part, when they would say that stuff, I ain't gonna get in no trouble. I ain't getting you in no trouble. That was just a big turnoff.
Well, I mean, before I was married or engaged or anything serious like that, if they say that, I already
That's
know
what
it's
that-
going down, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
girl.
know what's going
Yeah,
down.
no, yeah. If I ain't in no,
Yeah.
if I ain't in no relationship where I'm committed and
It's party time.
love and all that stuff.
It
So
is
yeah,
party time.
yep.
All right, George, we appreciate you, man. We know you gotta go. You
Maybe.
got a busy schedule.
Y'all join us on June 15th for the Better Men Summit. Got Baker Pound speaking. Got a bunch of speakers coming June 15th. I have details coming soon.
Okay, shoot me whatever
right.
you need us to promote. I'll send it to him. We'll put it on our pages. We'll tag our people, and see can we get some people to come in that thing. And that's the 15th, huh?
15th of June, Father's Day weekend.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Hell, the
All right,
fathers
now,
ain't gonna have nothing to do anyway.
Yeah. Damn. All right, now I'll see y'all next
All
week.
right, hey, we'll see
All
you
right, man.
next week. Holla back. But yeah, when you get married, are you in a committed, engaged, or whatever relationship, and you all are trying to build or something like that? It takes a different turn. Now, when I'm dating somebody, are we just together and we just kind of playing house maybe? I really didn't take those relationships serious.
Right.
So if they had a friend guy they talked to, I really didn't care at the time because I don't belong to you, you don't belong to me. And I know my worth, I know my options. And so I just didn't care. But I wasn't going to be disrespectful with it. But I wasn't going to just not talk to people that I normally talk to, whether they borderline liked me or whatever. I knew, a man know what we going to do with him. You see what I'm saying? Your wife may think, I'm just not wife. Your girlfriend or who you're seeing at the time may think that Sierra or Tamika is the most beautiful woman. A woman always comparing herself to your friends, to your female friend. So she may think she's beautiful, but she don't know what you know about Sierra, about Shantae. She don't know what you know and why you're not attracted to her like that. And I didn't care back then. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know I ain't got nothing going on. And I used to argue all the time. Girl, that ain't nobody but.
Yeah.
But if she saw a problem with it once you get engaged or you guys are married or building a relationship, what your spouse or your girlfriend or your fiance, not girlfriend, what they think about that person affects what you think about that person. This affects how you kick it with that person.
Yeah, and that's how I used to be. I mean, when in my I don't care stages, I knew I wasn't messing with whoever, for whatever reason, and I didn't care that the person that I was dating at that particular time didn't want me kicking it with them. So
yeah, so I went through that stage, but you learn once you get in a serious committed relationship that is more people in that relationship than just you. Now,
can you trust that your husband or wife or your significant other's opposite sex friends are really just interested in being their friend. I've seen that happen before. I've actually seen the friend, constantly with that person, and ultimately the relationship fails and that friend ends up dating them after the fact. And I've seen it on both sides. Both sides. Can you trust that your husband or wife or your significant other's opposite sex friends are really just interested in being their friend? I've seen that.
And so that's similar to what you were saying. You said that a lot of times that nice guy or that friend oftentimes end up dating them. And you just said that. And he just echoed what you said.
Yeah, because what happens is when you're friends, you end up building this trust, this relationship, this caring for each other, this love for each other, and then it spills over into something that could become romantic because you start seeing that person in a different way because you already have the elements there that make up a relationship. You have communication, you have trust, you have empathy, you have sympathy, you have caring, you have a love for each other. So those are ingredients for a relationship right there. So you start saying, "Hey, he or she communicates better. I communicate with
Hey,
you better than I communicate with, my
right.
dude or my
Hey,
chick."
our famous line, how many times, man, how come I couldn't meet you first? Why didn't you meet
Right.
you before I met her? Dang,
Yeah. Why
if I
why
would have
couldn't
met
why couldn't
you
I met you,
before I met
and then, oh, you see me like that? Girl, yeah, I've been seeing you
yeah,
like that. Say you mean a lot to
man,
me. I wouldn't, when I lay down at night, I sleep on the other side of the bed because I'd be like,
dang.
man,
It
I'm
did,
thinking about
hey,
you.
it did hit about that the dream you had that you don't really want to tell them about. The
Yep,
dream you had about
yep,
them.
man. I had this dream about you, man. I ain't gonna even say
I
it,
didn't
man.
want
I
to
ain't
talk
gonna even
about it.
say
I
it.
ain't
Yeah,
even
I ain't
gonna
gonna
say
say it.
it. Boy, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy. But yeah, hey, that's the stellar line. I'm gonna play this, then I'm gonna show some of your work husband, work boyfriend thing. Pick this one out.
Women have work boyfriends. Them dudes have the most time with your girl. The work boyfriend is your number one enemy. That motherfucker right there has all the time in the world. He in your girl ear, he flirting, he can do all of that. He can play the long game as long as he wants. And if she start talking about y'all to him, it's over. They might not even be in contact through her phone. They might be in contact through Snapchat. That's how a lot of girls cheat on y'all. You're literally getting cheated on and you're allowing her to do it. He could be hitting her in the break room. And that's all they do. Break room smash. No number, nothing. So I'm warning you, if you notice anything with a coworker, you better imagine the absolute worst.
You know what? That ain't no lie. I'm gonna say this, and not me, but I've seen it on TV. So, you know, you kicking it with this work girl or the dude or whatever, and they at lunch in the car smashing, down in the basement smashing, and they don't talk. They don't talk on the phone. They don't call each other.
Snapchat.
None of that. Not no Snapchat. No communication outside of work. Because look, you at work 8 hours a day, and if they're in close proximity, or they chatting on the computer or whatever back and forth, solid take. It don't take all that other stuff. So your girl, my girl, she come home, she don't do nothing. We just sit around, we talk, we joke, blah blah blah, watch TV. She don't talk to no other dudes on the phone. I can go through her phone right now.
You ain't got to talk to him on the
You
phone.
ain't got to talk
He
to him
right
on the
there at work.
phone.
And he
If he,
waiting on her to pull up at the job, and they walk in together.
yeah, with her
He
favorite
gets in
coffee in
his
his
car.
hand.
He tell her, "Hey, I'm parked in C or whatever." I said, she park her car by here. They walk in together. Or he's sitting
They
at the door.
they already got it planned. They already know what level of the garage they gonna park on, so they can ride up in the elevator together and get a good kiss. They let everybody go on the elevator before them, so they can ride up there and get a little kiss in, or what a good morning kiss. I missed you. Blah 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 blah. Then they gone about their way
Yep, till lunch. But
until
hey,
lunch.
old boy broke it down though. Peep what he said. Then I'm gonna show you the videos you was talking about.
Hey, I got a message for the fellas. Fellas, I'm gonna tell you something. The work husband is real, straight up. Cause I'm a certified work husband. So when your woman come to work, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna listen to her complain about you, how bad you treat her, how much you argue, how you always short on bills, and I'm gonna console her. Then I'm gonna massage her shoulders, make her feel good, and then I'm gonna take her out to lunch. In them days, did what she tell you she gotta pull overtime? Okay. She pulling overtime in my house in the goddamn bedroom.
Mm.
Is he lying?
No, he ain't lying.
When they say they stuck in traffic for an hour and a half, but for 45 minutes, they with him.
Yep, and I got a work wife, but she right in there because I work from home.
Hey, I saw you looked over there to make sure there wasn't no plate or skillet flying over there.
Yeah, my work wife, my real wife.
Look, you have to look again. Not the one you be texting, not the
Uh,
one you be
um,
inboxing, but yeah,
mm-mm,
I feel you. Not the one you have to you send the reports to. She ain't your work wife.
we
The
working.
one on
We
Zoom,
are a lot of us work in different locations anyway. But
right? The one on
so
Zoom. She ain't on Zoom.
Zoom, whatever this messenger is, we got Teams. None of that.
Yeah, she ain't on there.
Mm-mm. My wife right in there
Okay. You have to keep looking, but
because I
but
want to
yeah.
make sure she hear me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, she like I said, he broke it down, and that's what really be happening. And it mostly come when they're not happy at home, I think, or they think it's something better. Like you say, it's
Well,
something that they're lacking or that they're missing
yeah, they feel like
in what
they
they
missing
have at
something.
home. What was
They
that
not.
song? Was it Sherelle? What I miss at home? That song. What I miss at
Yeah.
home. He was doing
Yep.
something that. Uh,
Yep.
so it's something that they're lacking, and that's where I guess communication come in at. And then I was talking to somebody, and uh, I'm always talking about how important sex is in a relationship. So this female said that it's not all about that because if she likes somebody and really want to be with somebody or she in love with somebody, she can make them satisfy her, I guess, to
Oh,
to an extent. And then I was like, if he ain't lacking, he just lacking. She's like, no, it's a way that you can make anybody you want to be with satisfy you. So it ain't all about the sex. Don't flatter yourself. So
yeah.
um,
That's what I
you
hear.
know, but we was always, it wasn't it was the size of the boat, not the motion in the ocean, you know. But I guess when you mature and you in a relationship that you want to be in, none of that really matters because I guess love comes first. It's not based on sex.
Well, I mean, and it again, and we've talked about this before,
A lot of times.
that basing your relationship on anything other than emotions, then it's not gonna be a real
Yeah.
long standing relationship because sex ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? and looks, they're gonna
fade.
fade. As soon as you take out that wig or that makeup, then that's part of it gone right there. So so that's just gonna get worse. Some edges gonna start going away. I don't care how much edge control you try to put on them,
Right.
but but yeah. So if it's built on anything less than um, emotional love or in love, then
Yeah, they can.
it's
It's more
bound to
quick to
fail.
fall victim to the attention. And I never wanted a woman that screamed for attention. That was the biggest turnoff to me. And that screaming for attention. And you understand that women want to be recognized, okay? And it's your job to recognize. Now, I see these women that so-called happily married, so-called, in these relationships, but they taking a lot of solo half-ass naked pictures and they posting them weekly on social media. That's what gets me. I understand the women who were settled in class, in their class or whatever, and went to school, was kind of silent, and now they living in their best life. They feel like they looking good. They went from ugly duckling looking good, and they post some respectful pictures. I'm down with that all day. But it's the ones who married, and then it'll be his birthday, and she'll post one picture of them with her staring at the camera specifically, and he barely in the camera. And then there's 4 more pictures of her by herself wishing her man a happy birthday. What do 8 pictures of you got to do with his birthday?
Man, some women just feel like they look good and they want to take their pictures by themselves and show themselves off.
I mean, I'm
That
cool with
sometimes
that.
it's
I'm
just a
saying
vanity
on his
factor.
birthday, she'll say, even on their daddy's birthday, they'll take one picture of their daddy, or show a picture of their dad, and then 4 pictures of them. I'm like, what you got to do with the man, with your husband or your boyfriend or your dad's birthday? Why you got 8 pictures up here and a half a pic of him? I don't get it.
Well, they
Now,
daddy
if
don't
they
like taking
say
pictures.
it's my man's birthday and I'm appreciating him, and you see 3 pictures of her and him, I'm like, okay, and wait, 1 picture of him by herself and then 2 or 3 pictures of her with him. I'm like, okay, she care about him. But the one who barely showed that dude, and then she showed her titties and little lace stuff sticking out, I'm like, come on now, what they got to do with him?
Well, I don't even like pictures, but that's
I
just
don't
how
either.
some women are.
And,
That's just
and
how
my
some
girl,
women are.
majority of the pictures, it's probably, out of all the pictures that my girl have of me, it's probably 3 that I actually let her take. I'll be like, just okay, let's do the picture, and then I'll be like, tired of her asking, and I'll just lean over and boom. But I don't like showing a whole bunch of pictures either. Every now and then I'll do a gym shot or something like that. But I understand a lot of women, especially when they were quiet in high school, and now they feel like they went from looking all right to looking their best. They want to show pictures, I'm just showing them how I look now. And a lot of guys do that too. But I'm cool with that. But it just be the ones who have that man in that background and they show all their pictures. Kind of like if I go back to Love and Hip Hop, you could tell Yandy don't give a shit about Mandisi, whatever his damn name is. Yandy is all about herself and trying to be in the spotlight. And I don't want a woman, I never cared for a woman that screamed for attention. Now, let's get to the we got less than 15. Let's get to the work boyfriend, okay? The work husband. Check out how he is. Check this one out. I'm gonna show this first, and then I'm gonna show the one that you was talking about. Peace.
What you doing over there?
Stop. I'm trying to clock in.
Clock me in. You ain't gonna clock me in? You ain't gonna clock me in? You gonna make me put it in. Give me that phone.
Stop.
Get it. Come get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. What you doing? What you doing?
I repeat.
out, watch out, watch out. I get it. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Nigga, you know that's my bitch, nigga. Nigga, what the fuck? You got a whole wife. You know. Darren, you clock in? Yeah, I did. How about you? Nah, yeah, I'm about to clock in. Yo, you know what you, bro. You know what you the fuck.
Get back there. Come on, man. Doing too much. Sit down.
Hey, baby.
Come on, pull up.
He was happy at work, wasn't
Oh, he was hurt right then.
he? He was happy at work, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was happy for a
saw
minute,
was teeth.
but then when he saw a boy with a girl, then his feelings got
Oh
hurt.
yeah, yeah. He was mad then. She for the streets, and then he went
Yeah,
out
so
there.
now
His wife come pick him up without his goddamn kid.
and now he taking it out on her.
Yeah, he mad at us. Yeah, y'all crazy, man. And then peep this. Now this is what you was talking about. This the consoling guy. Now I have seen this. Where she put him. Well, I'll talk about it after the thing. But I've seen this one before. Peep this one out. I've seen women actually do this. I'll be around.
No, I'm ticklish.
No, you not. You ain't ticklish right
Boy,
there.
I've been on my feet all day.
I'm gonna give you a foot massage.
No, boy, bye.
What you mean? Holler at me when I get on break. You gonna holler at me?
Why you treating me so good?
I know your love language is acts of service. I just want to show you how you should really be appreciated. I'm about to go to Starbucks for you. You want your same usual, caramel frap, caramel on top and the bottom with some whipped cream?
Not you knowing my whole Starbucks order by heart.
I mean, somebody got to pay attention to your cute ass.
You don't be answering your phone, man. I've been calling you all day. Got me driving your car. You ain't put no gas in here, man.
Why he always yelling at you? It's like, then you can't make a mistake. Let Steph Curry miss a three and then he mess up his parlay. He'll forgive him. That's him calling back?
Yes.
Don't even answer. Want me to give you a ride home?
I'm gonna wait.
You gonna wait for him?
Yeah.
All right, where my hug at?
See you.
You smell good.
Look, don't start.
That's that smile of the back.
Yep. That's where it's at. And then it's gonna get to two hands, just two hands right there. And then you know what? Then it's gonna go down. Then it's gonna be a grip.
But when he grip her butt,
you
she
know
gonna
what
hit
I'm
him.
talking
Though. She gonna hit him when he touch the butt though. She gonna be like, "Boy, stop!
Stop playing.
Don't do that."
Yeah. Then you be like, "Girl, I'll just play with you."
Yeah, I'm just playing. Then it's gonna be, but she, I ain't know your butt was that soft. It got that comeback. I ain't even know it was that soft.
No.
And
then
he
be like,
be
"Girl,
fussing at you like that."
No, he gonna be like, "Girl, for real, gonna give me a hug." Now, then he gonna hug her with a real deep, passionate, concerning hug.
Yeah.
And then give her a little kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Give her a little kiss on the cheek, close to the
Then
mouth,
she gonna
but not
push
on
him
the
though.
mouth.
When she feel them lips on her tip, she gonna push the button out. Now, don't she already told him don't start. Because they act like they don't know how to tell them to step off. Because if they be aggressive now, the guys might want to fight them or something. But when she let them that deep, now I think that's different.
Yeah,
he should be allowed.
She's with it.
And then the fact that she's letting him hear their conversation on speaker. Now that's what I've seen before. She'll put him up. He just, she pulling out the phone, and then man, he just talks to you in the kind of way. Man, I don't see how he talking about it like that. Man, if I had you,
Now I've seen on TV now.
Right.
The dude, the work dude laying up in the bed. Yeah, the work dude laying up in the bed with the girl, and her husband called.
Oh yeah.
And she talking all regular, and the work dude that's in the hotel room with her, whatever, still rubbing on and playing with her little thing, and she trying not to laugh, and they joking it off. He get out the phone. They get out the phone like, "Boy, you shouldn't be doing that when I'm talking to him."
Right.
Blah 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 blah. So,
Yeah, I've seen that on TV
what the
too.
old one.
I've seen that on TV too.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
like I
So
say, man, it's out there, and if you got to sit there and worry about what your supposedly significant other or person is doing these days, like I said, if you know your worth, man, it ain't worth it.
no, it's
And
not.
I just wish people would have more respect for one another to just be like, it ain't working or I'm not happy type of shit instead
But
of
but see that
the
ain't the thing
sneaking
though. They don't really want to let them go.
the sneaking around though. The sneaking around. The
Sometimes that's
picking them
part
up.
of it. Sometimes that's part of it. Sometimes that's part of it though. That's part of what gives them that rush.
Yeah.
They like that. They know them together really wouldn't make it. But they get this rush from kicking it with this dude or this chick. The whole sneaking around, the whole man, but that gets tiring, so I heard, you know. And just because your girl or your dude answering the phone when you call them, that don't mean they ain't doing nothing.
No. That's why a lot of people just start videoing.
Yeah.
And
Then
then a lot of times they
even with
don't pick
that.
up. Yeah, I feel you. But it's more hard on the video to hide something, especially if you're not where
See,
you're supposed to
no,
be. You're supposed to be at
but
Walmart and then you seeing some hotel walls.
no. See, that's where a lot of people mess up. You got to tell a partial truth. You got to tell a partial truth. You got to be where you say you're gonna be, right? So when you get that call, it don't seem out of the ordinary. You just got to know how to do
So
it. So I
you have
heard
to
and I
know
saw
pretty
on
much
TV.
you gotta, from what you heard and what you seen on TV, and from what I seen on TV. So you have to go where you say you're gonna go for about 30 minutes to an hour because you know they're gonna call you. You pretty much know the pattern and what time they're gonna call.
No,
So
what you
after
do is
you get that
you call
call,
them.
then you leave.
You call them. You call them on FaceTime and be like, "Babe, I sure miss you," and man, this crowd in here dead. I'm at the sports bar, blah 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 blah. You know, I don't know. I might be. I might get out of here. I don't know. I might just sit here and finish out this game or whatever. Blase, blase. So I hit you back. Love you, boo. That's what I heard and saw on TV. I don't know
Right,
for
right.
sure if that'll work or not, but but that's what I heard you're supposed to do.
Yeah. So
And
you
then,
call them first. But
you can't
then,
go.
but when you got
Yeah,
somebody who peak game, they'll call your ass right back in about 5-10 minutes.
That's all right. That's all right. You already told them you might switch locations. You. From what I hear, you set it up just in case you need to do something different, and it can't be consistent all the time. You can't go out every Friday, Saturday night, hang out all night. You can't always be with your boys, blase, blase, blase. You can't always get mad and be like, man, I'm finna go. Man, this dinner start an argument and jet out. You
Right,
you can't
right.
always do that. What you have to spend time with that person so nothing seems out of the ordinary. Nothing seems out of ordinary, and you continue to build the trust on you are where you say you are. And then they're not gonna check up on you as much because they already think you're not doing nothing.
Right,
They have
right.
access to your phone, they have access to all this stuff. So it's you got I
You ain't
mean,
giving them no
from what I
reason to be
hear,
suspicious from what
yeah,
you hear and what you're seeing on
right,
TV.
right, right.
Yeah. And the uh the main thing with all that is have enough self-confidence and self-worth built up within yourself so you don't have to worry about none of that. Because like I said on the previous podcast, one messing over me, all I get is blessings. So I'd be like, okay, I got another blessing. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's easy ways to do whatever anybody want to do. It's easy ways to do it. Social media got ways to do it now. They can, you can't check phone logs, so they can FaceTime each other. Hey, where you at? I'm on my way. Pick them up. Do whatever. So it's like, I
That's why they got the
don't really
WhatsApp.
worry about it. Me personally, I don't worry about none of that stuff.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
I don't.
I've seen a lot on TV and I've heard a lot. And so the fact that I've seen a lot on TV and I heard a lot, not that I did anything, I know how the game go. You know what I'm saying? I done seen the game. I know how the game goes. So,
And my thing is, if I have to worry about you, I don't need you, cause I don't need no more worry in my life. So that's my thing. And fellas and women, y'all stop washing y'all dick and y'all coochie with the wrong kind of soap. If you ain't got the right kind of soap to wash it with, don't do it. If it ain't the same soap you use at home, and you can't use too much of it, because if you come back smelling too fresh, they gonna know something. Now that's what I heard on TV.
right. That's what you heard and what you saw on TV.
Yep, that's what I heard and that's
Because
what I
they
saw on
come back,
TV.
you come back smelling too fresh, you know.
Yep.
And then sometimes they'll and ladies, you can't leave your little bag in the car with your change of underwear in there. That ain't a good look, because if he a real nigga and you see a change of underwear and then you know, and you just saying just in case you came on your cycle, you want to make sure you had a extra pair of underwear. That ain't gonna fly too many times,
Yeah,
especially these days.
from what I saw on TV and what I heard, what you do is you don't wear underwear sometimes.
Yeah,
So
yeah. They
he
start
already
leaving
know
home without.
you don't wear
Right.
underwear. So you come back, you left the same way you came, no drawers on. Now that's what I saw on TV and that's what I heard, but I don't know.
Right. But hey, ain't no game on tonight.
Nah, man, the
Yeah,
Mavs.
Kyrie them
Ugh.
let us down yesterday, didn't
Yeah, man. So I was trying to see what the Stars doing tonight. So we'll
they? When
see.
they play again tomorrow? Think they play again tomorrow. Oh yeah, let me get her out the way. Hold on. This and then we
Me and my friend were talking about work husbands and work wives. Work husband, work wives is a thing. And if you don't know about it, you gotta find out. I've known about work husband, work wives. That's why I would never date someone that works with a lot of females. I've never trusted the establishment at all. And I know it sounds like really messed up, insecure. No, I'm so sorry. I've seen where I'm in the office, literally a married husband, a married wife, laughing together, taking lunches together, sometimes leaving after work, sitting in their car until they actually leave. That thing exists. I really would only want to talk to a man, of course, with nothing but all guys. I already know what you're going to say. Well, if a guy's going to cheat, he's going to cheat. And you're absolutely 100% correct. You know what? It makes it easier for a man to cheat when they have a candy dangling in their face. It's called temptation. Because nothing's presented to them. They're at work, they're tired, they're hanging out with the boys, they come back home, they get fed by their wife, XYZ. Put them somewhere and the temptation, the challenge starts to happen. Tests becomes involved. Emotional connections are getting involved. They're laughing, hee and then you are with these people 80% of the day and then you go home and then you go back, build relationships. I was back at school. I worked at a grocery. I was pushing baskets at like HEB. One of my managers, she was beautiful. Her husband would always come in with the kids. They're like, oh, like, look, your husband's here, blah, blah, blah. She started having an affair with the other manager. They were always together and everybody knew about it. They ended up getting a divorce, her and her husband. And I'm not saying don't trust your significant other. I'm just saying it's a thing.
She's seen a lot and heard a lot too, didn't she? Now,
Yep.
this is coming out to the guys who suspect or think that your woman are for the women, but this is mainly here for the guys who think that their woman just might be a work wife or work girlfriend. This dude here finna give y'all some game. Peep it out.
Right now, my girlfriend is not gonna have a guy friend. My wife is not gonna have a guy friend. And you guys wanna know why women should not be allowed guy friends when they're in a relationship? What happens is, whatever issues or whatever turns you off or whatever pisses you off about him, you're gonna tell your guy friend. And this is why I don't like when you open your mouth and tell your guy friend about all the issues you're having and everything that turns you off and everything that pisses you off about him. The moment you guys break up, what does the guy friend do? He becomes the perfect man for you. You want to know why? Because you told him everything that turned you off. You told him everything that pissed you off about him. You told him everything that he did wrong in bed. You told him everything. Now, what does this guy friend do? He's attracted to you. He remembers everything that turns you off. He remembers everything that turns you on. He remembers things you don't like in your food. He remembers things that you're allergic to. What happens? You leave your man. When you break up with him, the next person you're dating is your guy friend. Because he makes himself the perfect man for you. That's why I don't trust men when it comes down to relationships on your girl or your husband having a guy friend. It doesn't make any sense to me. So forever, for anyone that agrees, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. The women do the same thing. But I'm just telling you, this is the main reason why men don't like women having guy friends. That's not how this works, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your best friend. I'm your husband. I'm the person that you're going to cry your shoulders on. Like, this is who you're going to cry to. This is who you're going to yell at. This is the person that's going to be your best friend forever. You're not going to go and have lunch dinners with your guy friends and have mimosas. Get out of here. Just go. Like, I don't want any girls with guy friends.
And a lot of people think like that, but they quick to say when you say that you are insecure. So, with that being said, what advice you give them? Because there's a lot of work boyfriends, work girlfriends out there, bro. It happens.
Well, I really can't give any advice. All I can say is do what works for you. That's all I can say. Do what works for you. But don't be naive.
Yeah. And then my advice is make sure it's worth it. Because lately what's done in the dark has been really coming to the light. And so if you are out there with a work boyfriend, work girlfriend, or a sneaky leak friend that you hang out with behind your significant other's backs or whatever, things been coming to light lately, and you got to ask yourself, if I get caught and lose what I have, is it worth it? Am I going to be happy with the person that I'm sneaking around with or seeing? That's the best way I say, look at it. You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And then if it is, or you don't care, or if you weigh the options and you could care less, you know what I'm saying? Or if you think it's better, keep doing it. So then that falls back on what you said, whatever works, but ask yourself, is it worth it? So it's whatever works, but make sure it's worth it. And so that's my take on that.
But remember, the same thing that happened to them in that situation can happen to you. Just saying.
Yeah. And a lot of times the same way, and we've seen this, Austin, the same way you get a person is usually the same way you lose. And I hate to say that, but I really been seeing that a lot lately. Somebody think they done took somebody from somebody, and then that person, they be together for a couple of years, then he do the same thing or she do the same thing to him that he did to the previous person. It's just crazy out here, man. So you just gotta make sure. And like I was telling the lady today when I talked to him, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I always believed in that. But when I get tired of playing the goose and gander, I know how to get out of it. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But with that being said, it's another episode, Speak on It Podcast, 2K24. We're going to come back with something else next week. Then the week after that, I'm going to do my hip-hop, the hip-hop podcast. So we got one more week to come with something clever with the relationships and different things that we're going to dive into. Austin been sending some interesting links about the little kid that got set back. And then I talked on that last week. And my take was on that was, I know Louisiana and I think Georgia do now too. It's a No Child Left Behind. So they're going to forever pass these kids up. And that's just what they're doing now. And they think it's helping the child, but really it's hurting the child because you're just promoting and promoting. And the child isn't learning anything. Just like they were doing in sports. Because we know this particular guy who our classmate used to do his homework because he was good at sports, and he didn't know he was dumb as he didn't know nothing. His wife did his girlfriend did his work at the time, but the class they kept passing him up because he was good at basketball. So they've been doing that, and then they voted in the No Child Left Behind probably in 90.
Bush. Yeah, that was Bush that did that.
Yeah, so that was in the 90s, late 90s, close to 2000s. He voted that in early 2000s. And so that stopped people from failing per se. And then they was like, to fail them, you would have to take these, fail the SATs and different things like that. And then that became a problem because you got straight A's in class but failed the standardized test. So it's crazy. But we'll touch up more on that next week. That'll be our opening because there's a lot more going on that they've voted in. Another 2025 something where they're trying to cut school funding and all that. So I'm going to do all my research on that, and I'm going to send you a link or two on it too, because they're trying to vote this in where they stop funding public schools. So there's a lot of funding about to get cut. So for education, for
check out Houston. They just laid off a lot of people in the school districts down there. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna touch up on that next week. So we're informative as well, and then we dive into what's going on with relationships today. So with all that being said, what I usually say, we did what?
Hey, it's happening. They're talking about it.
Yeah,
so we might as well speak on it.
Yeah. And with that being said, we out until next week?
Next week. That's
all right. Next week we out.
Can't see that too.
Hey.
In the polyamory lifestyle, I can't even say lifestyle because it's not a lifestyle. It's a way of loving, not a way of living. I've been polyamorous for about 10 years now. Okay. And the mindset for me is mentally, I think I've been polyamorous longer than actually practicing it because I've always felt that this monogamy just doesn't fit for me. Right. I don't understand why I have to only love one person or why I can only show affection for one person. Where is this written? Why do I have to go along with what the societal standard supposedly is? Right.
And then
the problem comes when you love somebody too much. When you let yourself love somebody too much,
and they don't love you the same.
It's not even matter whether they love you back or not. They can love you back, but it's still unhealthy to love somebody that much. Which I understand that ideology of that. Well, I can't have. I might as well. I've been there. I know that. But at the same time, you have to realize, what your culpability is in a relationship going, however it went. You start thinking about, well, damn, I did this. So, you can love somebody too much. And then, see, this complicates things for us men because we already have a hard time forming those emotional attachments. You already told them, don't do this.
The missing link to that goes back to a time before we were even thought. Why doesn't my father? Is that a protection for me?
Right.
Or is that the way he was raised? or maybe somebody hugged him one day, a man hugged him. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just saying we got
No, but there are things that could have happened that absolutely that caused him to be the way he is.
made him feel weird, needed.
Right.
So the things that we think are sometimes a rejection or a lack may have been a protection.
And most of the time they are, like absolutely. But if we don't understand that, all we know is the rejection.
But see, like what I understand with my father,
Men were going to jail, killing each other, and then now we got bisexual, then we got gays, now we got transgender. So with all of that going on, the purpose of that was removing the black man, the black male from the household. Okay? So with him not being in the household, she's getting the welfare, or she's out there in the workforce, forced to take care of herself, and if she have children, to take care of the children alone. Whether he's in jail, whether he's dead, whether he's bisexual, whether he's gay, whatever. The black male was removed from the home, and black woman was forced to provide for the children, for herself.
You're missing one other thing that removes black male from the home. That's white women. Because after a while, it was run on black men, white women. Yeah, white women. You know, at one point, black men, they just had to have a white woman. No matter what their social economical status was, white women was the way to go. And so that pulled a lot of black men out of the house.
Damn, I sure missed that. I mean, I know Rick James, you know, I know, you know, I mean, you hit it. I just didn't think of that as a major absence of the black man. So you
being a provider means so many things.
Right.
It means put you in a house. You know, it means I got your back. It means we're doing this together. It means I'm not gonna walk away when things get hard. You know, that's providing, right? I'm gonna provide emotional protection so that you can, you know, I'll be present for you when you don't feel like you can be there for yourself or whatever, you know. So there's so much more definition to the thing, right? And even on the flip side, looking at, you know, men with kids, right? I remember I did not want a man who had kids. And I was about 25 when I met my ex-husband.